Daniel Jones, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Welcome to the Prophet Podcast, everything NFL and fantasy football related all season long, with your host, Calvin Wright.
Yesterday I posted this TikTok rant about Daniel Jones, and primarily his fumbling issues. And I guess a lot of people took it personally, about 500 people to be exact, so I decided to make this video explaining my thoughts on Daniel Jones, because I don't hate him, I don't think he's horrible, but I don't think he's as good as a lot of these Giants fans or other fantasy pages may think he is.
Jones back to throw. Looking to run, now he's just going to heave one into the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown! What a throw and what a catch by Golden Tate! Jones just threw it up and said, somebody make a play, and Golden Tate said, sure.
The good. Daniel Jones has potential, and a lot of it. Even with a banged-up group of subpar weapons, he made throws that some NFL quarterbacks could only make in their dreams. He made some very dangerous throws look routine, and he crammed balls into extremely tight windows. PlayerProfiler.com actually had him ranked 12th in money throws, and his downfield accuracy showed us why the Giants drafted him over other highly touted quarterbacks. This being said, Daniel Jones, he does still have a lot to improve.
They fake it to him. Good protection, and this one is hit in the air and picked off. Intercepted by Duron Harmon.
The bad. Daniel Jones played only 13 games last season, but he was ranked 5th in interceptable passes with 29, 2nd in danger plays with 51, and along with his 12 interceptions, he fumbled the ball 18 times. Now, I understand his offensive line, it was horrendous and a major part of this problem, but I don't think it's exactly an excuse for fumbling 18 times in 13 games. That's the most fumbles by a quarterback since 2004, when Michael Vick had 18 fumbles. But during Michael Vick's 18-fumble season, he ran the ball 133 times for 1,047 yards. Meanwhile, Daniel Jones only rushed the ball 45 times for 279 yards. Daniel Jones has major ball security issues, stemming mostly, yes, from the offensive line, but also a huge part due to his incredible lack of awareness and poor decision-making when he runs. Many people argued with me saying that Peyton Manning had a ton of interceptions, set the record for most interceptions in a rookie season, and he turned out great. And yes, Peyton Manning, he did throw a lot of interceptions early in his career. But throwing interceptions and turning the ball over isn't what made Peyton Manning great. Yes, a turnover problem early in your career, it doesn't define who you are as a player. But David Garrard, Tim Tebow, and John Kitna, they also had turnover problems, and they didn't turn out like Peyton Manning. Obviously, players can work through issues, especially when they're young, and get better. But using Manning as an argument for Daniel Jones is ridiculous. Manning and Jones are two completely different people, two completely different quarterbacks, on two completely different teams, in a completely different era of football. The ugly. All this being said, I do believe Daniel Jones could overcome these turnover issues. Although he was incredibly inconsistent last year, his good games, they were not good, they were amazing. If Jones can become better at protecting the ball and taking fewer risks, he could easily be one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL. But many people seem to assume he will fix these problems instantly. Yes, the offensive line is improved, but Jones he doesn't have many reliable weapons, and those he has are fairly injury-prone. No disrespect to Darius Slayton, I actually like Slayton, but I don't feel comfortable banking on him to be the wide receiver one there. People also ignore the fact that in his second year, Jones will have a completely new head coach and a new offensive coordinator. This usually does slow down quarterback progress. Just look at Baker Mayfield and Marcus Mariota, of prime examples of when a rookie or young quarterback goes through a lot of coaching changes. It's a whole new system Daniel Jones has to learn this year. I do believe Daniel Jones could be great, but I don't think it will be this season. The upside, yeah, it's there, but I don't have any reason to just assume that Daniel Jones' problems will just magically disappear like that. For him to be a fantasy star, he will need to make huge improvements from last year to this year, and then do that again the following season. With his weapons and young offensive line, I can't see myself having any confidence in Daniel Jones this year. If you want to take him deep in your fantasy draft, go for it. But I'm not expecting great things from Daniel Jones yet.